You know, we say in hockey sometimes there's something what we call a late bloomer, and this guy wasn't. He entered the NHL as a high end draft pick of Toronto Maple Leafs, only became really a semi star with Winnipeg after going through the Toronto and Edmonton systems. But a rugged player, one of the few players in NHL history, I think he's the only one, to have nearly 600 points and over 2,000 minutes in penalties. So today we're going to be talking about the pride of Major Saskatchewan, probably one of the most diverse players in NHL history, because as good as he was as a goal scorer, he was as good as protecting his teammates. Laurie Boschman, now drafted ninth overall by the Leafs in the 1979 draft. The center left wing was 6 feet 185. He last played with the Brandon Wheat Kings of the WHL in Major Junior, and was a Memorial Cup All Star first game in '79. He was also a WHL All Star first team that campaign again for Brandon. He was rated in the Hockey News Draft Preview issue as the number 3 prospect among underage juniors for the '79 NHL Draft. He played on a line with Ray Allison and Brian Pop for Brandon in '78-'79. Marquee season, 149 points, 66 goals, 83 assists, with 215 minutes in the sin bin. The previous season, he had 42 goals and 50 to 57 assists for 99 points with 227 minutes in the penalty box. Now, he began his minor hockey career as a goalie in Major, where his father owned a farm equipment dealership. He eventually moved to Brandon, Manitoba at age 11. His father had owned a garage in the city at that time. He also attended Neelan High School in Brandon. Now, debuted against the Rangers on October 10th, 1979. Wore number 12 with Toronto, number 14 with Edmonton, number 16 for Winnipeg and New Jersey, and of course number 16 for Ottawa. Now, came out of retirement a few times, but retired for the final time in '95 after some games in the British Elite League. Over 1,000 games, 229 goals, 348 assists, 577 points, 2,265 minutes in penalties. Now, career playoffs with Toronto, Edmonton, Winnipeg, New Jersey, 21 points in 57 games. So he had a very balanced game. Good two-way player, but would score in streaks, points and goals wise, especially against divisional opponents. He was the Winnipeg Bolton Cup three-star leader in '84 and became Ottawa captain in their initial campaign until August 1993. He was a Toronto playoffs minutes leader in 1980 with 18, the Edmonton penalty minutes leader with 183 in '83, and the Winnipeg penalty minute leader in '84 with 234, 180 in '85, 241 in '86, and '88 and 229. He also played on 62 regular season games for Edmonton team that went on to win the Stanley Cup Finals in '83, but was not with the team in the postseason. And again, he was an expansion Ottawa center. Getting a first assist in his first NHL game. He had some injury problems. He missed parts of the '81 season when he with diagnosed damaged tendons in the thumb. An injury suffered when he punched the hard head of Roddy Ftorek during Toronto's December '80 game at Quebec, and also with mononucleosis. The fight against Ftorek, he punched him heavy into his jawline, and unfortunately, Laurie took the worst of it. He was eventually sent to New Brunswick for a 4-game rehab stint after recovering from mono. These were the only 4 games he ever played in the minors, and had a great following in New Brunswick afterwards. He missed part of the '82 season with a stomach ulcer, and was also given a week off by Toronto to get treatment for the ulcer, which his attorney Al Nicholson blamed on the Maple Leafs' constant threats of sending Boschman to the minors so that he could regain his rookie form. Boschman also said team owner Harold Ballard had said that becoming a born-again Christian under the tutelage of Ron Ellis had made Boschman soft. Eagleson and Boschman asked the team for a trade, which was granted at the trade deadline. Boschman has also been upset with Ballard for his treatment and trade of Daryl Sittler, who had taken Boschman under his wing. Now, the big line he played for, of course, was Dan Maloney and Rocky Sagyuk during the '82 season. He missed part of the '83 campaign with dislocated shoulder, injury suffered during the Jets' December 7 game at New Jersey in '83. Now, he's one of 6 Winnipeg players to score 30 more goals in '85 which tied a then NHL record. He missed most of Winnipeg's 88 training camp while recovering from surgery to repair a dislocated shoulder. He first suffered the injury in February '88 in a game against New Jersey. He also had a lacerated ankle, a very bad injury. It was cut by a skate during an October 16 game at Edmonton. Now, the big suspension for him, of course, was a high stick against Thomas Sandstrom. We still talk about. He was suspended 8 games by the NHL during the campaign, which he served from February 24th to March 11th. The incident happened after Valentine's Day as punishment for the stick swinging incident during Winnipeg's February 1880 game, again, 90 game versus LA. Now, bad broken right index finger in 1990, and a very interesting line in New Jersey. He was helping the younger players with Al Stewart and Troy Crowder in 91. Now, another bruised shoulder in the 1990-91 season, and being named the first captain in Ottawa Senators expansion history makes him part again of that legacy of that version of the Jets. Now he retired for the first time when Ottawa bought him out for the final year of his contract in August '93, but decided to play a few games in Fife in Great Britain in the senior league over there. Now, was thinking about playing with the Olympic team in 1980. He did work out with them, but didn't follow through. Now, the noted born-again Christian was introduced to the movement by Ron Ellis. He worked at the Teen Ranch Christian Hockey Organization and Hockey Ministries International Hockey Schools during off-season playing days, and was also an active member of Athletes in Action. Was active in charitable causes during his playing days, including work with Special Olympics and the MD's Association of Manitoba. Now, he worked in the real estate business during his off-seasons of his playing days, and again came out of retirement to play 7 games for Fife during the '95 season. He eventually became the Ottawa-based regional director of Hockey Ministries International following retirement, and was involved in an effort to organize an official NHL chapel program. Now, he also played for the Ottawa Senators alumni charity team after retirement. Of course, he's the older brother of former Major Junior star Pat Boschman. Now, the Walpodubney Phil Drouillard trade for Boschman was very controversial. A lot of people believe that Edmonton didn't give full value for Boschman, but it's that's neither here nor there. So as we look at the rough stats, ladies and gentlemen, Boschman, of course, was drafted from the Devils as their captain, and the Brandon Travelers, he played with them for a couple of seasons of the MJHL, then with the Wheat Kings for 3 seasons, and again, first contest in 1977. First season with Maple Leafs, good rookie numbers, 48 points in 80 games, 81 because of the ulcer, limited time, 33 points in 53 contests, and those games with the Hawks, 4 goals in 4 games. Now, Maple Leafs, bad season in '82, eventually traded again, didn't do much with Edmonton, found himself over in Winnipeg at the end of the season, so he went from Toronto to Edmonton to Winnipeg within 1 season. Seasons with the Jets were highly successful, of course, in the full campaigns, 28, 32, 27, 17, and 25 contests. More defensive role in '89 and '90 with 10 counters. New Jersey, same role in '91. And with the Senators in that season, inaugural season, 16 points in 70 games. And the games with Fife, 18 points in 7 games, including 9 goals. So it was there for their postseason as well. So a very, very interesting career, because anybody that's a Christian, and we know he's a strong Christian, 2,400 minutes and penalties in a little over 1,000 NHL regular season playoff games. So I guess he's a warrior for the Lord, but very genuine. Harold Ballard didn't like anything that wasn't Harold Ballard, and I'm still surprised that he didn't package him and Daryl Sittler together for something big. See, Ballard would trade players or get players in for lesser value. Lanny McDonald traded for it specifically. Payment wasn't the level of Lanny McDonald, and he was out of town within a couple of years, so it's the way it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see some highlights of Boschman's early play, the 80 game between the Leafs and the Gretzky's Oilers is available on YouTube. You can see there was some talent there, but it only came into focus in Winnipeg. It took literally 5 or 6 years for him to get true focus, but maybe he started in the league too young. Just like Connor Bedard, it can be dangerous. So that's the story of Laurie Boschman. I think one of the most underrated players of his era. If you like what you're doing here with our tribute podcast to key draft picks of the 1970s and 80s, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.